We are learning a lot more about what happened when Bernalillo County Sheriff deputies killed a mentally ill woman last July.
An autopsy shows that deputies shot Elisha Lucero more than 20 times. And in a newly filed lawsuit, her family blames the sheriff for what happened to her.
Former investigator Chris Ramirez spent the day reading this lawsuit and reviewing taped interviews with the deputies who fired the shots. Chris, there's a lot to take in here.
There is a lot to take in here. BCSO deputies killed Elisha Lucero back in July 2019, and an autopsy report revealed she had 34 wounds on her. 21 of them were confirmed to be BCSO bullet wounds. Lucero was in the middle of a mental health crisis, and her family called BCSO for help. But this lawsuit alleges when BCSO showed up, deputies escalated a tense situation that ended Lucero's life. Belt tape audio from the night Elisha Lucero was killed gives you an idea of the tense situation.
All right, if you want to go ahead and get dressed and then step out so I can talk to you, all right? What was that?
I'm in the house naked and I'm a roomie.
Okay, can you get dressed so you can come out and talk to us, please? Okay, I need you to get dressed and come out and talk to us.
Moments later,
Hey, no! Stop! Get down! Get down! Get down!
within a matter of minutes, Elisha Lucero was dead. Shannon Kennedy represents Lucero's family.
This has to stop. And hopefully with this case, we can confront this sheriff with his own depraved approach to policing.
The lawsuit reveals Elisha Lucero's history of mental illness began in 2017 when doctors discovered she had a brain tumor. Soon after the surgery to remove that tumor, her family noticed a dramatic difference in her behavior.
The brain tumor, which was in the back part of her brain, had to be removed. And after the removal of the brain tumor is when the symptomology of talking to herself, hallucinations, and psychosis began.
In fact, 1 month before she was killed, Lucero herself called BCSO for help for her mental health. One of the deputies who actually fired at Lucero was there that day, and in a taped interview, he said he knew Lucero had mental health needs.
I've dealt with this female once previously, a couple months ago. I knew she had mental illness on that one time I contacted her.
The lawsuit alleges that even though at least one deputy knew Lucero had a mental illness, the night she was killed, deputies never called for a crisis intervention specialist. The situation escalated until 3 deputies shot her multiple times. A multi-agency task force has not determined if the shooting was justified or unjustified, but back in July, Sheriff Gonzalez said deputies felt threatened.
Screaming, described by one of our deputies in a primal voice, and it was armed with a large knife.
Kennedy and Lucero's family says Sheriff Manny Gonzalez has created a culture where deputies aren't properly trained. She points to a 2018 audit paid for by the county to review BCSO's use of force policies. The law group that conducted the audit found 22 areas that were outdated or out of line with policing standards. But to this day, the sheriff has not made any changes to his policies.
He's deliberately ignorant. He has an audit that is a roadmap with 22 suggestions for changes to make our community safer, and he withholds that knowledge from his deputies. He's deliberately ignorant of national standards that could save lives.
And we, of course, did reach out to the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office for comment today. However, a spokesperson said it would be inappropriate to comment on pending litigation.